So help me answer this question. I got a question from a friend. He said, "Look, I'm finalizing the sale of one of my houses. I'm going to dump that cash into the market. Here's what he said. He said, I'm going heavy into, or he said, going to go heavy soul memes, and then some real revenue generating projects like Radium, Jupe, Jito, Hype, and Athena. Anything else you love right now?" How do you answer a question like that? And I'm curious what you think of that actual basket. But
Well, A, what's his time horizon? Does he need that money? And what's his return profile? Like, what is he expecting to get out of that? Can he hold this for 10 years, 5 years, or 3 months, or 1 week?
yeah,
Um,
let's say
I,
he's
I,
very risk on, very comfortable with risk, and has a multi-year time horizon.
I think Bitcoin deserves an important part in that portfolio. And I've come around to that actually as of late.
That's funny. That's what I said. I responded to him. I said, "Can never go wrong with a bit of BTC
like
in
like
it."
like
Yeah.
you can look at Bitcoin dominance and maybe that comes down, but as a whole, I mean, I think like there's a great chart going around like M2 and Bitcoin. Raul Paul, and a few other folks like not Eric, but I think the Bitwise guys, a couple of them tweeted about it, which is it is really, and we've talked about it here. It's sort of look at M2, and the correlation between M2 and the price of Bitcoin is actually quite strong. If you look at just,
Mm-hmm.
um, and so yeah, like Bitcoin's great as an asset because you can do so much with it. You can borrow against it. The vol is, less than your altcoins. And so, it just it allows you to just build a little bit, dampen a little bit of vol and still capture. I mean, Bitcoin could be at 150,000, heck, could be at 200,000 by the end of the year. It wouldn't surprise me. And that's a great outcome, I think. I would argue like you put some in Bitcoin, some in gold. Um, And then of those assets, I don't dislike. I would be curious how he would express the meme trade. Is he buying a basket of like the top memes? And what I've seen other really smart investors like, okay, pick your favorite meme in a particular ecosystem you feel excited about. Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Pepe, With, Bonk, and Fartcoin, whatever it is, right? I'm not here to like, these are all hypotheticals, right? None of this is advice or whatnot, but I think that's how normally a lot of people think, right? That what I like to think about is, say you have 100 people in a room, they all describe the scenario that you just described, which is they come across some liquidity and they want to put on risk. I think it's not so much like what do you believe, it's the Family Feud style of investing is how I would describe it. Family Feud, this game in
Yeah.
America,
Yeah.
right? For listeners that don't live in America or have been living under a rock, Family Feud, go watch it because the game is sort of like survey says, and they survey 100 or X amount of people, and so it's like and they ask a bunch of questions, right? Like whatever. What do people do on a first date? Right? What are the top 7 questions? And so, how do you play this game to win? Not to be right, it's to win. Again, you're playing a game to win, not to be right. This is a classic CMS out there, probably listening. Do you want to be right or do you want to make money? And so that's what you need to anticipate is what is it's not the objectively right answer. It's like the social consensus. Yeah, what does the crowd think? And so that's the exercise, I think, for crypto, which is in the
Mm.
episode again with Jeff Dorman. It's like we came both to the agreement that a lot of value in these networks is the social currency. And because it is a social phenomena, then you just sort of like invert and you say, yeah, okay, so how do people, like, you could be sitting there all day saying Ripple has no value. It's a ghost chain, or Cardano. It's like, yeah, but that's how the masses, like, somehow Brad and team have like really developed this brand that Ripple is synonymous with DeFi. You ask 100 people in the world, not your 10 crypto degens and natives, and you tell them, how do you express a DeFi trade? Like crypto taking over payments. What are they going to say? Aave or Ripple? Maker or Ripple?
Mm.
Ethereum or Ripple? What's a payment chain?
Yeah. Ripple.
Honestly, I've learned a lot about investing about like in crypto. Like you can you distill, and I ask this question a lot to founders, like what is a one-liner for your project? If you don't have a one-liner for your project, it's going to be really hard to capture attention.